My name's Rich Grabowski. I am the Democratic nominee for the position of selectman here in Griswold for the coming election on November 7th.
And I'm Tina Falk, candidate for first selectman for the town of Griswold, endorsed by the Democratic Town Committee. We are committed to easing stress on Griswold's children, family, and seniors by working hard to obtain development, grants, and fiscal responsibility.
We are the team that will restore unity in our community.
And most of all, don't forget to vote on November 7th.
Paid for by the Griswold Democratic Town Committee, Linda Cody, Treasurer.
Buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns.
Are you tired of resetting passwords, getting locked out of websites, and listening to hold music for days? Do you really think 15 minutes is enough time to spend ensuring your biggest investments? The Burns Agency is here to help with in-person real-time customer care for all your insurance needs. Buy better with the Burns Agency for auto, home, business, and life.
Right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better, it burns. You buy better.
Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
All right, good morning, all you cool cats and kittens.
What's up?
Mike, Paul, and Rich.
What's it?
How we doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
How you doing?
Doing right.
What we got going on today?
Nah, nothing. It's like some primary thing today.
What primary?
Yeah,
It's a primary?
Is
There's
something going
an
on?
election?
Huh?
And just people coming downtown?
Yeah, it's primary today.
Is the town hall open? Is garbage being collected?
I don't know. I saw it on Facebook. What's going on at the town hall?
What's the oil price? Is there a big boom? There's a big boom.
Yeah.
There might be.
You
Depending.
never know.
God.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So I was asked, because you hear things, right?
I hear a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I really hear it.
How do we? Have you heard how the vote might go?
I haven't heard a thing.
I heard both ways.
Could be
I'll be honest with you.
Could be a lot closer than what people think. You know?
Yeah. Who knows? We're going to find out tonight.
Everything's a surprise. People say one thing, they talk out one side,
Yeah.
they go out the
Yeah.
other, and then
Yeah.
when they vote when no one can see it, then they change their mind. You never.
Yeah.
It's a.
Or if they don't even vote at all, that's the problem.
Oh yeah, but
I wonder how many 100 people.
seems like a good turnout. I was told so far.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
We'll see. Who
So
knows?
it's the incumbent Dana Bennett against the Republican endorsed candidate, which to me is weird.
What's weird?
It's weird. I don't think I've ever seen an election where the incumbent wasn't endorsed.
I guess I'm told this is the second primary in the last 20-something years.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I
And
didn't realize they had one before. Generally, I know they.
Was it Hatfield?
Well, generally
Was
they
the
have a
last one that
primary.
didn't get
Yeah.
It was Hatfield or what's his face there? The old CO,
Kevin?
Kevin. That's what I was told. I don't know.
No, Kevin.
It was
No.
the
Kevin,
second time or first time or something.
Well,
I don't
he
know.
was endorsed both times, and he was
Then
cross
maybe it
endorsed,
was
actually.
Hatfield. Okay, maybe it might have been Hatfield.
Yeah, no, Kevin was cross endorsed,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact. So
But you got to remember, primaries doesn't mean that the incumbent was not the candidate selected by the committee. It could be
Right.
that the incumbent probably said, "I'm not running again."
It could be one or the other.
Yeah, so it could be that way where you have.
then you have two people.
That's what's happening in Hartford right now.
Then you have two
Same
people
thing.
bidding for the spot.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
But
now.
then that means
yeah, but that's not what's happening here.
Nope.
No, that's not what's happening here.
Yeah,
but
it's
this
not.
is kind of a different type of primary.
Yeah. So so they're going to battle it out today.
Yeah.
And,
Hopefully, people will go down and vote.
Your vote counts.
Dana Bennett was seen with her black belt gi, ready to
Doing
start.
Tai Chi.
Ah! Wayne Malin was spotted with his boxing gloves.
Oh, wipe on, wipe off.
It was a big WWE ring that was being set up, in town hall.
Yeah.
Right outside, actually. They couldn't fit it in town.
Yeah. The stage has got to be 75 feet away from.
Yeah, so I hear. Depends on who you talk to, I guess.
Yep.
So we'll
Who's measuring?
Who's measuring? Yeah. So I had a situation. Who was when Trump was running the first time? Well, the one time, the first time when he won. I'm out on, and I had no idea. There was just a guy that was drunk, and I made him an offer and got pissed off and went and got the registrar. I want to press charges. I'm like, what are you talking about? Get over it. I said, stop it. Yeah.
You made him an offer you couldn't refuse?
Yeah. So he says. Allegedly. I allegedly made him a $10 offer.
Oh.
Yeah. Allegedly. So, but he was
What'd
drunk.
you offer?
Huh?
What'd you offer?
Oh, I offered him $10 to vote for Donald Trump.
Oh.
So
Only 10, huh? Cheap.
Yeah. I just wanted to, I knew he was drunk, so, but I didn't say I'll give you, I said,
He was trying to take advantage of the guy.
Yeah, why not? So,
Yeah.
So anyway, the registrar came out.
At least he was alive.
Talked to me. Who was George Kennedy at the time. So,
oh. Little George.
So I'm like, there's a good turnout so far.
So I hear.
So only Republicans can vote.
That's
Yes.
You have to be a registered Republican.
Uh-huh. And if you're independent, you cannot vote.
Independent is a separate party.
Right. Democrats cannot vote today.
Correct.
Libertarians
Can't vote.
Can't vote. No. Green Party can't vote.
dead burnt zombies
Nobody can vote.
cannot vote today.
Well, I heard they vote all the time, but
We have to keep them at bay. We have to keep them. But thank God for a resident trooper. Those dead burnt zombies are just on the outskirts.
Well, I registered
They're in Lisbon.
I registered my BB gun so I can shoot the zombies.
All right, so you're good. The where was I going with this? I have no idea. I don't know.
You fell off the path a while ago. So.
I've fallen off the wagon, that's for sure. If you are non-affiliated, if you're unaffiliated, I mean you don't belong to a party, you can register today as a Republican.
Till a certain time, right?
I don't know. Maybe somebody will let us know.
Yeah.
And you can
then you can
vote.
Yeah. But you have to switch.
No. If you're a Democrat, you can't switch to Republican and vote today.
You have to register as a Republican.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes, you can't register as a unaffiliated. Right. Well, if you're unaffiliated, you're unaffiliated. If you can't register as an independent.
Right.
See, now I learned that. I didn't know independent was a party.
Yeah.
I thought it was just, I'm independent.
It's a decent sized party. They just don't have a registered party in
Griswold. Because I think a lot of people, when they said, I don't want to be affiliated, they just didn't think the word affiliated, just thought independent.
Yeah, it's
and I
kind
think
of
that's what happened.
Catch-22.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are independents.
They really should have changed the name.
Yeah.
Erica says, heading down after school, my son wants his future voter sticker.
Wow.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Cortland says, message to Rich. Sorry to have missed the 9/11 remembrance ceremonies last night, but I've done enough for this stinking town. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Cortland. I just want to see his.
Yeah,
he didn't. He just said sorry, missed the 9/11 remembrance ceremony.
His wife told me. So he was in the meeting.
He's a Foreigner fan.
He's what?
He's a Foreigner fan. He's hot blooded. Check it and see.
Oh,
he's got a fever of 103. You don't know Foreigner? You never heard of Foreigner, the band?
Well, I know Foreigner, the band. Yeah.
Well, he was at the same show I was at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Paul was at.
Did you guys wave to each other?
I didn't see him. No, matter of fact, Melissa's the one that said, "Hey, Court's here too."
Oh, okay. You read it? He's signed. What do you call it?
We were there at Foreigner.
No, so I texted him. I said, "So you're rocker," something like that. Jennifer Gauthier, up until yesterday at noon, the time has passed to
That's what I
switch
thought.
parties and vote
Yeah,
today.
I thought it was kind of a weird thing to do it today.
So no, you cannot.
Yeah, I thought 12 noon was in there somewhere too.
No dogs allowed.
There's a lot of weird rules when it comes to this stuff. It's like someone woke up one day and said, "Hey, let's make this a rule today," and there's really no.
So I'm curious, Jennifer, are you working the primary? I really want to know.
How's this sound?
And the mic drops.
Oh my God. She gonna kill you.
Probably.
She gonna get you. You remember MTV Celebrity Deathmatch?
No.
It was all claymation.
I never really watched MTV. It's
Do you remember that, Rich? Back in the day, it was all
Yeah, when they actually had music on MTV.
when they had music. Yes,
Yeah,
they had this thing called Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
It was all claymation. You know, the one time they had was Pedro against Napoleon
Yeah, I
Dynamite.
remember that, yeah.
They'd rip their heads off and blood
I
would
mean,
be everywhere.
I had to sneak MTV when I was younger. I wasn't allowed.
Did
to
you
watch
really?
it. Yeah, we weren't
Well,
allowed
that
to watch
explains it.
But
Jennifer says, no, not working.
oh,
I'm not allowed. I've been boxed out of all primary related activities.
is it because of her party or is it?
No, Democrat. Honestly, I think there should be one unaffiliated Republican in there as a kind of like auditor.
Oh.
I mean, I know they have an auditor from the state there, but it doesn't make sense to me that
Oh,
because you're still a registrar of voters. I don't.
I don't. Wow.
Even my requests for information related to the primary have not been answered.
Well, they're not going to be.
Well, is the email fixed?
Was there a problem with email?
I'm told there was a yeah.
She says checks and balances, they are important.
Yeah.
Jennifer is currently also training in a dojo for her celebrity death match. Let me tell you, brother. Ding, ding. I'm telling you, if fighting was legal,
Yeah.
and nobody, and
We can't promote violence.
I'm not saying I am, but I'm just saying if it was, there may have been some already.
I'll sell tickets.
Uh,
I'll make the money.
she says Cobra Kai representing. Da, 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 da.
Oh.
So
Well, it'll be interesting to see how many people actually show up. Seriously.
I think there'll be more than people think.
I think it'll be more than people think as well.
I mean, I can't throw a number out there.
Because I mean, you have to think about it this way too. Now, Paul, I know you do. You think of it this way. Is that because you had said you think it's all along that this is going to be a lot closer
I think so.
than people may think?
Yeah.
And you have said all along too that the first selectman, she has her supporters, and
She
that
does.
she does.
Yes, she does.
So who knows? Wayne, honestly, I like Wayne. I really do. I think he's a really nice guy. But I do think he's actually the underdog here.
Well, he is because
he's
nobody's-
not
because
known.
of the
he's not known.
right, not because of his because of inability, but because he's
And that's why he did
not
a lot of
right.
door knocking. He
Right.
actually did talk to a lot of people face to face
Sure.
out there.
Yeah.
And so I
There's
think
still a
that'll
lot of
help him.
still a lot of
There's
people.
still a lot of
people
people
he didn't
that
talk
he-
to.
right.
It's a lot of doors.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying he wasn't out there busting his,
Oh, he was. definitely.
cojones, but
We'll see. That's all. I mean, you
Well,
can only put the work in and see what happens.
yeah. Yeah, that's just me being straight across the board. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's, who do I think is going to win? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not one of those on this one that's going to go ahead and
Yeah, it's not an
make a
obvious-
prediction or anything.
yes.
Yeah, it's
We'll see.
I don't know. Jen says my guess would be 10% of registered Republicans, so about 200 people. I honestly think there might be more than that
Could be.
because it. Okay, so we had a red wave a couple years ago, right?
Yeah. That was a tsunami, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's true.
But a
I
lot
don't
of
think we have it this time.
a lot of those people aren't going to go vote.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Mm.
I really don't. I think that whole red wave thing. Don't forget
Yeah.
that was at the time we had
The wave went back out.
we had a presidential
Yeah.
We had a presidential election going
Yeah.
on at the same time.
That's when you actually have people go out and vote.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think you're going to get that number.
Well, you're,
So do you-
you're in a little wave pool now. It's a
so it's like a kiddie pool. this
Yeah.
time. So do you think 200 is
I think it might get a little more.
a good number, or do you think that's generous?
I think it's a good number.
So you figure there's, according to Jennifer's numbers, that would be like 2,000 registered Republicans in the town.
10% would be 200.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you think 200 is a generous number, or do you think that they will do more than that? And remember,
Well,
in a non-presidential election, it's usually what, about
I think
6
it's
to
6 to
8%?
8%,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more because in order for her to run the primary, she had to have 75 signatures.
Yeah.
And that's already close to that, you know.
That's assuming
5%.
that's assuming they're all gonna come out to vote.
Oh, well, I'm sure that if they signed it, they're going to support her.
Okay.
So take 75. You still got 125 left. How many people are really going to vote for Wayne? So I think the number is going to be higher than 200
Could be.
based on the numbers that
Let's
she
say
got.
300.
Yeah, I would say up to 300.
Okay. So you're gonna say
That's just a
300.
guess.
You're both saying 300?
Yeah.
At least 300.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 175.
I think you're too low.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Be
I
interesting
mean-
to find out. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice if more people voted. It'd be nice if there was 500.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
It'd
175.
be nice if there was 2,000.
I mean, a lot of people in town now have taken an interest. I mean, I know the field is not a good thing to say, but the field thing brought out a lot of people.
Mhm.
So we got this situation here where some people aren't happy with the incumbent.
Mhm.
So you're going to bring those people out, and they want new blood. So who knows?
Yeah.
You know? So
I think that seems to be the
Yeah.
major thought out there is
Yeah. So
they want fresh blood
So
all across the board.
yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be over 300.
So it'll be interesting.
guess.
Yeah.
But what do we know? We're not.
No, I mean, honestly, a lot of people like, I'm going to go vote. And then when it comes to actually going out and doing
They don't do it.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
No, they drove home. Oh, I don't want to go out.
I got to go to
Yeah.
McDonald's. Or,
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 175.
Yeah, that's good.
Good number.
We'll see.
So what do people think? People out there in Chatland, what do you think? Do you think that the incumbent is going to go ahead and win the primary, or do you think Wayne Malin is going to win in our little town of
see.
Griswold
No.
inside, as we are
Should
inside?
put a little vote up.
There's no rain in the forecast for today.
Well, thank you, Paul.
I beg to differ.
I beg to.
That would have been interesting to have
Exactly.
a vote up on your website or Facebook. Yourself.
Yeah.
Have your own little primary. Unofficial primary.
Yeah. The last time I did that, I got ripped into.
Wow.
But we're not going to get into that today,
Yeah.
so that has nothing to do with anything. But Brad says simply hoping for a change.
Brad.
Yeah.
But named Brad. Brad what?
It's Brad Michael.
From Griswold or somewhere else?
No, from Griswold.
Griswold, huh?
No.
He's using it.
Alias.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think he kind of would have to.
I
Well, I would think.
don't know
because
who
of
it is
his-
naturally, so I wouldn't know who they
No,
would
I
have
do,
to.
but I'm just
Okay.
saying, just because of what he does for a living.
Okay.
Assuming.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Some
that
people
would
have
be-
to, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he says, hoping for a change. So I don't know. I mean, if you're here and if you're actually human,
Are there humans on there?
say
today?
you're human in here, because
Are there humans in there today?
I think so. Okay, no, he says Brad Walsh. He did. I didn't want to, but change due to my job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does. That does make sense.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, you still have the whole group of people out there. The primary going on? What's that?
Yeah.
You know,
Some people
I
haven't
didn't
even
know
heard of
that.
a primary.
I didn't know that.
well, yeah, of course, you're going to have a lot of people that said that.
Of course.
Erica comes out and says, human.
Oh, good.
She's human. Because, you get a lot of people in here that they just don't.
Yeah. Well, the amazing thing was how many people did not actually even know that Todd wasn't first selectman anymore.
I know.
There was a lot of people that didn't know what a primary was. There was a lot of people that didn't know the town even had a first selectman or a board of selectmen. It's
Very
amazing
true.
how people don't really know what's going on out there.
Leona. Good morning, Leona. She's going to go with 318.
Oh, see, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
She's going to go with 318.
Yeah, I would think. It sounds like that's a reasonable number. I agree with it. 300.
Yeah, I think this because it's I don't want to say contentious, but it's a little more.
I think that's fair
Depending on
to
who
say
you
it's
are,
contentious. Yeah.
I think that brings out a lot of people.
So who else? Who else has a prediction on how many people are actually going to come out and vote today? Sean McFadden, you're there. Oh, you don't live here. And Victoria, you don't live here either. You don't even go here.
What's going on in Sterling primary?
Yeah. Do they have one?
I don't know.
Do they have a government?
Well, yeah, it's a cow versus a goat.
2 heifers and a bull.
The goat wins. Not bad.
Yeah, they got sheep there. They're on the board as well. They're part of the borough. Oh, speaking of borough, that's right too. There is some boroughs up there, right? Oh,
And they just go, bah!
oh God.
John McFadden says, sure, I'll vote. You don't even go here.
Yeah,
No.
we got a busload coming in from Plainfield to vote.
So if one of the candidates were really smart, they would have not looked at the Republicans. They would have looked at all the unaffiliateds, gone to their house, put them in a truck or a van, and offer them dinner and say, we're sleeping out tonight. Get 100 people and then just kind of herd them in like sheep, like we were talking about.
That could be illegal.
No, it's not.
I would think.
Why?
Well, they would have had to done that yesterday anyway. Yeah, by noon. They would have given them lunch and dinner.
The coach, Sean McFadden, says, if it's like any other presidential election, my vote will count.
When I was in New London, the Democratic Party did that. They went to all the colleges, loaded all the students up on buses, and brought them into the voting polls and had them vote.
Wow,
that's legal because the college students count as residents of that town.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just ordered them ham. I would have offered them, hey, ham sandwiches and chips.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, people could have went to the high school, got all the 18-year-olds,
You register them.
have them registered.
Yep.
Jennifer says every vote counts.
Mm-hmm. Especially
In this particular
small ones. Yeah.
These small elections, they do count.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the more you know.
Gonna be. We'll find out tonight.
I would hope we'd have more participation in this right here this morning to see.
Well,
because if they're participating here, I mean, the chances are
Maybe
may go
they're
out
all
and vote.
voting. Yeah.
Well, they're probably voting. Yeah, they're probably on their way down to the town hall. Yeah,
It's pretty dead on there.
that's where they are. They're
No,
down
they're comments are coming in.
Oh, okay.
They're down to the town hall.
Isn't that what they did in the presidential election? Brad says couple counties out there raised eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They actually did an investigation. It was a big, huge one I just saw on the news recently, where they found thousands of
Boats,
votes that were people that weren't even alive in the community.
Yeah.
And they had
Yeah.
video of someone coming in with 1,000 votes stacked up and dumping them in.
Jennifer says registrars do go to high schools. That's only if you punch in. Late September and May by law. Sorry, Jennifer.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. I wonder.
On the clock?
I wonder if there is a change because, like, there is some contention.
Mhm.
Does that policy go away?
They could very easily.
Yeah.
Anybody new can change any policy they want.
Yeah.
So
No dogs allowed.
past practice is out the window when it comes to new people in office. So
There's a new Meisterburger coming
Yep.
to town.
Mm.
Well, we'll have
Well-
to wait and see. I mean, I don't know. I don't personally. I mean, and I'm speaking as a resident, not as this, whatever it is I am. I'm not. I don't agree with that policy. I only agree with it if it's good for every.
Well, policy should be good for everybody.
Right. It should be for
Otherwise,
every
it's
elected
discrimination.
official.
Otherwise, it's discrimination.
Right.
It's
I don't agree with that policy at all. Now, if you're going to do it for timekeeping purposes for everybody, for the purpose of okay, you were here, something happened at town hall. Oh, you weren't punched in, you weren't here, so we can't, whatever. So you're not whatever. I believe, I mean, they make Mario punch in, right?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, he's not an elected official.
Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. Yeah. What they should have are little fobs. You just ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Well,
simple.
what should happen is your key card should be.
Yeah.
If they had a key card system, that would tell you whether you're in or not.
The fob is same idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you leave the building, you key punch out or use your key card to go out.
Right.
That way, it's tracked when you're in the
And
building.
that's fine. I'm all for that. But if you're just picking one department for whatever reason, I don't.
They have phones too. I know some people when they go to log in to whatever they have to do, it tracks them as being working.
Yeah.
So, like for her, for instance, if she's doing work, all she would have to do is log in on a phone app or something. Boom, your time is tracked.
Well, let me ask you: do you agree with the policy or do you not, or do you abstain?
I'm 50-50 on it.
Okay.
I agree that yes, time should be tracked. It's a legal labor law thing. Time should be tracked.
Yep.
However, like you said, and I'll put my union hat on. One policy is good for one, and it's good for everybody.
Yeah.
It's discrimination otherwise.
Paul?
Well, when I was working, I was an exempt employee, and I still had to put time in every day. It was always 40 hours, unless I, did some overtime hours, which didn't count. It's just to track it.
Like even
I was required to enter time into the time entry system.
like when I was salary for the union, I would have to put down what I was doing for my hours, and that counted as my time worked, a time card. But
And people could get their butts fired, definitely, if they misappropriate time on their timesheet.
You can't fire the registrar. You can't fire the tax collector.
I'm sure there's a
right, but it's not a matter of going to It's not a matter of going to HR and say, Eric, I'm sorry, but you're fired. It's not like that.
No, just like like the fire marshal and stuff like that. You can't do that to them either. So
right,
but you can. There's processes to remove.
There's
someone.
more of a process to remove an elected official than there is
because you don't want repercussions for a decision made. Yeah.
So, but nothing against any other position in this town.
No, it's just.
But if Jennifer has to punch in, and if Cindy Martin has to punch in, then anybody else that's elected should have to punch in too.
It's standard labor practice.
Exactly.
Time is tracked.
You can't. I don't think you should just say, okay, just you guys.
There's an old saying.
Because now that right there, when you do that to me seems like you're nitpicking.
Yeah.
At somebody.
But also, you look at it like I was talking with Kathy about it, because she was saying that she shouldn't have to. I'm like, she has to, because some way, form or whatever, because also it protects her as well, because if she was to say I got hurt while I was working, there has to be something showing that she was working.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's an old saying. Do as I do, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
That's the old saying. So,
like I had asked, I had asked about, I'd asked the first select woman, because she was taking questions on Griswold Down.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I asked very respectfully, respectfully. And I had said, I'd asked about, okay, so you had started this thing called a Friday Finisher.
Mm-hmm.
It started quarterly newsletter. And I said, to my knowledge, each one's done once. And then it didn't happen again. And if you were busy, which is understandable, could it have been, or why didn't you delegate it to, say, like your executive assistant, Lisa Wood?
Mm-hmm.
to get it done, to get information out to people.
Yeah.
And she answered and went in and said, started talking about a text message service that's coming and everything. And I'm like, okay. And I replied, I said, and that's good stuff. I said, but what about the time from at the end of the Friday Finisher and the quarterly newsletter to now? Where's that information, and where, if I missed it, tell me where I can see it so I can look at it. And up until yesterday, I can't say that there wasn't a response.
Was that the text message service we got yesterday?
It wasn't a text message service. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
That wasn't a text message service.
Okay.
So
Most
just saying.
most companies require you to do a weekly report. If you're a direct report to a management person, you're required to do a weekly report.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do is you can take those weekly reports and cut and paste what you want to get out of it, and that would be the report given out to the town.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to think of what the hell went on. I mean,
yeah.
But that way the town is being communicated to. But unfortunately, right now there's nothing. So whoever gets in, whether it be a Republican, a Democrat, or whoever, is the one key they're going to have to fix, and that is to
communication is the key.
Resolve the communications problems that the town has,
Well,
and tell people what the hell.
I'm
is
looking
going
here to see if. No. Okay.
we've said it many times. Communication.
I mean,
Communication.
yeah,
People wanna know.
everybody complains about economic development, but you need to get the communication out there first. That way you'll know about economic.
So I'm going to read you the first selectman's. She said, "Good question," which I thought it was too. She goes, "The second newsletter was written, and people's comments." Yeah. Shut up, Paul. And and by then it was old news. The Friday Finisher was an attempt at a substitute to provide up-to-date information. As with putting information on social media, residents make comments and ask questions. With the fast pace and the requirements of this job, it becomes unfeasible to delegate the time to all the responses instead of the other items on my plate. Thus, our move to the text message system. And I said, okay. And, there's that. And then I just said, in all due respect, the text message service has not started. Let me refine my question. What communications are available from the time period, the first selectman's office, from the end of the quarterly newsletter and Friday Finisher until the beginning idea of the text message service? If I missed them, I would like to see them. If you could please direct me to the information. Thanks. And there was no response.
Mm-hmm.
So, and am I trying to start something? No. This was just, it was my question as a resident.
Mm-hmm.
There were lots of, lots of questions.
It's an honest question. I don't know what the.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, and my question was the most liked.
What's that?
Yeah.
And the most liked?
Most liked on my question.
Well, I think
because that's how I roll.
The newsletter was a great idea. I mean,
it was a great idea.
Kathy and I sat down with her one day and told her, you need to communicate. And that was one of the ideas, was start a newsletter, start a Friday Finisher or whatever she called it.
Yeah.
Friday Finisher.
Friday Finisher, yeah.
It's too bad. People liked it.
Both great ideas.
Yeah, people liked it.
Yep.
We told communication. You have to communicate with people, and you have to, no matter who's, like you said, no matter who's in there, someone has to communicate to the public.
Right.
Otherwise, they're going to make up their own.
The lack
Yeah.
of communications by people in administration shows that they're hiding something.
Yeah.
That's what people think.
Yeah.
Because if you don't communicate, what are you hiding? What are you not telling us?
Even if they don't like the
No,
answer.
we're not saying that this is what happened. We're
No,
just saying that.
I know, but we're just making a point.
But
That
even
a lot
if
of
people don't like the answer, you're giving them something. They have
well,
to-
that happens a lot. That's that's the biggest problem today is you don't like the answer, then the person hates your butt for the rest of your life.
No, I don't. Nothing's personal. I just really wanted to know.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I am very hot on and curious on is how is this town run? how is the town that I live in run?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's going on? What's happening? And, you know.
Did you get your answer?
From the first
How the
selectwoman?
town running?
No.
Oh.
None of your business.
Cindy says, so if you can't respond to residents, what would lead me to believe she is responding to other things timely,
Well, that's
such as development?
yeah. It's all about what.
But this
people
could be
see.
anybody. This is
Okay, but it's all what people see. It's
There's one thing that I'll say about Kevin Skolchak. When he was first selectman, you had a question, he freaking answered you. He was on his phone constantly.
Mhm.
You know, Todd Babbitt, honestly, if you had a question you may not like. See, Todd didn't sugarcoat anything either. You know, he'll come in, he'll tell you.
Mhm.
You know,
like at the meeting.
he was honest, straight up. But you get an answer.
I mean, I love the way he not say handled, but responded to the woman that had during public comment at the last meeting that I watched about the road not being paved.
Yes.
I mean, the way he handled it, I thought she was going to give him a hug, but and he basically told her, "No, your road's not getting paved." But she was almost walking out, giving him a
It's
hug.
not what you say; it's how you say it.
Yeah. So it was well handled, and the answer she didn't like, but it was
right. But it was
handled in a
straightforward
way and respectful, honest, and timely.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about a little bit more, but in the meantime, we're going to take a break and come back and bitch and moan a little bit more.
Giddy up.
Right here on SNSN.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Do you use your debit card for everyday purchases? If so, find out how you can earn rewards for that activity with Kasasa Cashback checking from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Why settle for a boring checking account when you can Kasasa? Check out our Kasasa Cashback checking and find out how easy it is to earn rewards. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, member FDIC. Do you, Kasasa?
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Hi, I'm Miranda Mahoney from Grizzle Pride. Are you a current substance user or care about someone who is? We are losing more and more people every day. It's time we started using new ideas and resources to keep our loved ones alive. You can keep you or your loved one alive by never using alone, carrying Narcan, and using fentanyl testing strips. Grizzle Pride and Matt's Mission are here to support all of you. Using harm reduction supplies can and will keep you alive. Contact us on our websites or social media, grizzlepride.org and mattsmission.net. Remember, you're not alone.
All right, so we have talked ad nauseum about today's primary. Just if you're a Republican, go out and vote.
Now.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun to see how many people we thought we were going to be there. We have had low estimates as number of voters, me, 175, and then Leona as high as 318. So we'll see. We'll know tonight. So, however, one thing is that today we will not be talking a lot of election stuff because we're going to be actually streaming football tonight. Because the youth games on Sunday.
Yeah, rained
out.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say rained out because that's not necessarily 100% true. It was lightning.
Yeah.
Once the lightning, they see lightning, it's automatic
lightning tracker.
It's a 300. It's a 30-minute delay.
Okay.
So,
Oh. Well, I'm sure you'll have the results on after.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna post them.
It'll be all over Griswold now. What the hell do I need to do?
They'll know before.
Are you kidding me?
You're gonna get accurate stuff. I don't know.
It'll be on Griswold now. Every party will be posting the tape. That's literally why I don't do it anymore. Because it's like everybody wants to do it, so I'll let them do it. I'll even do it. I'll deal with sports. I'll do a sports, and I'm good with that.
I would take yours as a more accurate thing, though.
Well-
It's a press release. It's more of a official. Because you get press releases by real facts and not rumor. So that's why.
Yeah, I guess. I guess so. But I don't. But people, no, they tend to gravitate to whatever the frick is on Grizzled now. So whatever. I tried for 6 years to do that, and I'm just not fighting it anymore. So I'm just not doing it. So when people say to me, "Why don't you do that anymore?" I say, "I don't know, because everybody wants their 5 seconds of fame on Grizzled now. I could care less, you know. So here, have at it. You believe what you want to believe, you know." And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know, because I literally would post them. Well, they said on Grizzled now. Well, screw Grizzled now. I don't really care.
Yeah. Go to the real source.
Half the stuff I post gets deleted anyway. So, oh, Carl, I'm kidding. I'll get booted out of everywhere, so it doesn't matter.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. I think it'll be fun tonight with the football because we're going to go ahead and the Pee-wees and the Micros they did play on Sunday, but the juniors didn't get to play the whole game, so they're going to continue with that, and then they're going to play. The seniors will play. So that's going to be at the multipurpose field, and they may start at 5:45 depending on what time the soccer team gets off the field.
Oh, they have
practice.
a high school game or a practice?
Huh? What's that?
You said they have a high school practice beforehand or game or something?
Yeah, there's practice.
Yeah.
The soccer team. One of the soccer teams will be out there practicing before the youth team can take the field. So, Lori, you got to it before I did, so I will bring it on. I'd like to congratulate Rich Waslick for a very nice 9/11 ceremony last night.
Oh, thank you.
We were going to stream
Awesome.
it, but I was caught up in Waterford and Norwich, and matter of fact, I texted you at 10 of saying there's no way I'm going to make it. So,
Thank you. It was a good ceremony.
Tell us about it.
I mean, honestly, I was a little disappointed in the turnout from the public. I figured more people would care about 9/11, but what are you going to do?
You know when they'll care about it again?
When it happens again. Yeah, that's like normal. And I mentioned that in my little, actually it was mentioned in every single speech by every single person that Lori had a great speech. That was very good. I like the way she was more personable and had her experience of 9/11.
Keep in mind that a lot of the younger people don't even know what 9/11 really was.
Okay, it was the younger people who weren't even born that created and
they would be
that monument at Griswold.
And they would be the 21, 22-year-olds. But then you got the people who 21 years ago may have been 50. Now they're 70.
Yeah.
So at that age, I don't want to go out.
Well, I was 18.
Sometimes you just got to suck it up, Sally.
Well,
I was 18.
It's easy to say at your age just to suck it up, but there are some people that say,
No, it's not. Because I at night sometimes and I know you worked your butt off when you were working, and I was just exhausted. Some nights I'm just exhausted. I can't even function. You know, so
well, whatever the reason, I think a lot.
I'm not pointing at you.
I know you're not. I think whatever the reason is, I think a lot of people still think of 9/11.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to go out and they need to show their support of people that lived through it and those that passed away. And I think it's just I don't blame the public necessarily. I blame everybody because just like everything else, people have short minds and everything gets forgotten. Honestly, I mean, look how often we celebrate D-Day or Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
and
when the president,
I shouldn't even say celebrate. Just recognize it.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah. I mean, our own president didn't even.
He didn't even.
Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah, he didn't even go to the ground zero. I mean, he's setting the precedent right there for the rest of the country to follow.
21 years or 22 years of
Yeah.
The president, first time, the president did not show up.
Yeah.
That's just goes to show you.
Yeah. But, you know.
Well, he had to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. He even said he had to go to bed.
Yeah, he had to go home and go to
But Lori did a great job. The first selectman was there. Heather Summers, the senator. Brian Lanou, the representative. Lori represented the borough.
Yeah.
Because they're just as important. And, the fire chiefs were there. So the fire departments, the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. But what was even more surprising was a lot of the parents of the kids that were part of the ceremony weren't even there.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah.
Just dropped them off?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. To me, having been at 9/11 and doing the ceremony in the fire department here, I understand parents have other kids that do. I understand all that. But there were citizens that showed up that were just there to acknowledge 9/11, which was nice. But it was inside, so that was nice.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it inside, honestly, more.
It was supposed to be outside, though, wasn't it, originally?
Yeah, the weather, I changed it to inside because I didn't want anybody getting hit by lightning.
Well, not only that, the rain when it came down, it came down.
It poured.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It poured.
Yeah.
But, there was a crowd there. There was some people there.
There was a crowd, so that's good. That's positive.
There were town meetings taking place. But to me, everything should be shut down.
They still held the meetings without
planning and zoning and everything and all that.
They should have postponed them.
To me, it should be a national holiday. School should be closed. Everything should we do for every other thing.
I agree too. I honestly do agree with that.
Well, we don't really celebrate. We don't really celebrate December 7th.
The what?
We don't celebrate December 7th.
No, we should.
I know we don't do that, and that's.
Well, I think there's a difference between celebrate and recognize.
Yeah, I understand what we're just. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, we recognize December 7th,
like Memorial Day. It's not really a celebration.
No. I'm not talking about Memorial Day. I'm talking about the attack on Pearl Harbor.
I know, but these aren't really celebrations. These are
recognizing.
Recognizing.
Same idea. Yeah.
So 9/11 and December 7th are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I think everything should be shut down, and
I think you're right,
but hey. But it was, there were people there. That was great. I think, and I understand people have commitments, but.
Yeah, didn't they at one time in town ring the bells at a certain time? Didn't we do that for a while?
On 9/11?
Yeah.
Not since I've been here, but yeah.
I thought that one time that they would.
Like when the planes.
There would be a bells would ring at a
some
certain
places
time.
do that, yeah. Well,
that's what happens. You get away from it.
It's like everything else. Yeah.
It's like everything else.
It's short memory.
Yep.
It's but
exactly.
hey,
that's exactly what it is.
So is anybody looking at the hurricane?
Which one?
Lee.
Yeah, we're going out to sea and then going up.
Well, it looks like the cone has moved away from us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because the cone was in yesterday. The cone was on our Rhode Island edge
Right on the
line.
edge, yeah.
That's
Now
what I'm looking
seems
at
like
right now.
the cone is away from us.
I looked just before we started and it
Yeah.
said it was farther east out to sea.
Yeah, which is good. The further east it goes, the better off.
You get another up. I know it changes every 10 minutes probably, but depending on traffic.
Because with all the soggy ground we got, we don't really need any wind.
See, now this looks like it's going to smack dab right into like Maine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about missing us, but yeah, it's going up towards Maine, Nova Scotia, that area.
Yep. Cape Cod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could be reduced.
That's the outskirts.
Yeah, it could be reduced though to a tropical
Tropical
storm by the time it hits.
Right.
Yeah, or
We'll
one.
get something.
No, I don't
Probably
think,
get some rain.
I'll be in
but-
Florida. I'll be thinking of you.
yeah.
Okay.
Your watch agrees.
Yeah, that'd be nice if the cone stays away from us. We need to stay dry for a while. I mean, I feel like I live in the tropics. Think about it.
We'll bring the water table up, so that'll be nice.
I'm afraid we're going to have some wild animals coming out of the freaking woodwork.
It's still a pretty wide cone there for like up to Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, but it's away from
the cone will tighten up.
It's away from us.
Yes.
It's away
And
from
that only
us.
tracks the eye. That's not the cone is only the eye. So So as long as it's within east of that eye
Let's
in
hope
the
it
cone, it'll be all
continues
right.
to move away from us. We don't need any more rain.
It could be pretty messy if it doesn't. Yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say a simple little storm will right now will probably take down a lot.
We're all gonna die. There's a hurricane coming, says Daryl.
Button up the hatches.
Supermarkets will be packed.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna buy the milk and everything that
All the bread will be gone.
goes bad when the power goes out.
eggs.
Maybe someone can explain that to me. Why are you getting milk and eggs for a storm when the power goes out?
Hopefully
It
you
has
got
to
a
be
cooler.
How you
refrigerated.
going to cook the eggs?
Yeah. And it has to be refrigerated.
Yeah. True. How you going to cook the eggs?
Yeah.
Larry says, can make an official day of remembrance about 9/11. I think if anyone has gone through the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in New York, you have a totally different perspective as to what the day means and how many lives were lost.
Exactly.
In the bravery of the firefighters and such a long comment. I can't, and police department that day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true, but unfortunately, it didn't affect the whole country. I mean, the whole country got affected because it hit us, but there was nobody that really died from California. It was mostly New Yorkers, southern part of the Connecticut, people who worked in the towers, were the ones that took the
If a
hits.
nuclear bomb hits Austin, Texas,
Then,
and kills and eradicates an entire city, do we not pay tribute to that?
Well, you go, no, I'm not saying that, but I think
I'm not from Texas.
I'm saying is that
They don't feel it as
I don't
much?
think you're going to get support to make it a national holiday because, people out down south don't really. I mean, they care, but not to the extent that we care.
Yeah.
Up here. So I think that's what the difference is.
Erica says there should be national holidays so parents can take the time to teach their kids the history. Who knows if they are learning it in school anymore?
Yeah, the real history.
History? What's history?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Trying to take away history. They don't want kids to know what history is.
And
let's face it.
I was told, and I don't know about the Griswold school system, but other school systems were not teaching about 9/11 because they were saying it taught racism against, those that are Middle Eastern, and it also taught, traumatized the kids and this and that. It's like, come on, it's history.
Well, that's why they haven't been. That's why the survivors of 9/11 haven't been able to sue Saudi Arabia because the government doesn't want them to.
Yep.
Because they're afraid. But they've been trying to sue Saudi Arabia for years. It ain't happening.
Yeah. I don't know how you sue another country. That'd be interesting. Yeah. But I think it's history. It should be, and you have to learn from it.
Yeah.
It's huge. Not only that, but there's still people today that are dying from 9/11 illness.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no
more
doubt.
than people that died that day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In my speech last night, I said it was like 343 firefighters that died. 341 people, firefighters, have also now died from 9/11 illnesses.
Sure. All that crap they were breathing in.
Cancers and stuff. And
Laura says we went to the 9/11 memorial and it was so quiet, which is very weird for New York City. It's beautiful and sad.
Yeah.
So, speaking of beautiful and sad, I want to talk about these Griswold tumblers that we have. They're beautiful and it's sad because nobody's. I told you. And I keep sticking it to Paul here. He's like, oh, you're going to sell a lot of those because they're really cool and everything. I said, no. Anyway,
I think you're going to sell some. It'll take time.
Pretty. Well, when the season's freaking over?
Well, no. I mean, there's more than football. I mean,
There's football, there's soccer, there's volleyball.
And more than sports too.
Huh?
There's more than sports too. Yes.
All right. So should we sell one for the chess club?
Yes.
Then you make one.
I think you should sell one just for anything that somebody could think of. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And carry stock so people can go. I'm not gonna. No, that's business genocide, man. Just carry stock for something that no one's gonna buy. That's just throwing money.
You buy them when they make the order.
Oh,
that's what you do. You buy them when they make the order, and then you print them out and you sell them to them in bulk.
Yeah. Brad says, waiting for the year-end half-off discount. Well, I don't know who's going to give you the half-off discount,
Well, that's a good
Maybe at a
question.
yard sale.
That's a good question. What happens when the schedule is over?
Yeah.
Now you got a useless schedule on these football ones, right? I'm going to pay $20 for a schedule that's no longer any good.
Thanks, Paul. Screw you too. Jesus Christ.
No, but I think if you
He just basically said, don't buy it.
No, I just said.
No, but I think, like you said, go to a lot of the fire departments around the region when they give gifts out to their members for appreciation and stuff. You could have printed for the fire departments, the ambulance companies, businesses that are doing presents for their employees and stuff like that. That'd be.
Now, see, Brad, that's the one wonderful thing about these is I can bake that stuff right off it and you reconstitute the tumbler. So,
Okay.
I think you got to come up with a way to change the schedule. You need to have some kind of a sticky thing that you can upgrade the schedule.
No, that's too much work, dude. You know, and what? Still sell for $25? No.
No, you can sell them.
No.
You sell one without the schedule. Just say 2023 or something.
They are in the concession stand. Right, go send them in the concession stand. They are in the concession stand. The Booster Club has them.
Mm-hmm.
They're right there. So
do it up.
No, you're right. I'm not going to sit on a product forever. I'll change the product.
Yeah.
So that's it. But you're talking about something different. See, I'm talking about something that's kind of like time sensitive with the schedule that's on it.
Yeah.
You know, like doing something for like a police department or a fire department or an ambulance crew or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's nothing.
There's all about seasons and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was thinking you make a couple and then you put them in the concession stand and maybe give them a sign, hang up on the concession stand.
I can tell you that the boosters had them Friday night. One person bought one.
Okay.
You know, from the boosters.
And the word will get out.
And he just says not displayed properly.
Wow.
And I don't know. I don't know. I was in the booth, in the broadcast booth. I didn't get a chance to go down there. My guess is it's not prominent, you know, because they're not making, you know, I mean, it's like they're making money on hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. This is really not, even though they're offering $1, you know, refills and stuff, you know, for coffee and hot cocoa and stuff.
That's a good gimmick, yeah.
It is. Oh no, Brad, I get it, but it's not a priority product for them, even though I appreciate them even having them down there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So
they should make a little sign with the tumbler picture. Put it right out in front of the Skittles.
In front of the Skittles. Maybe they'll fill it with Skittles.
There you go. That'd be cool.
People don't know though. You can take that damn tumbler and it's a cowbell.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I don't know.
You just sell a little hammer with it.
You could. You could do
Attach
a lot
it
of
to
things.
the side with a chain.
Yeah. I think the thing that gets me is that people have said to me, you should do this. You should do this. You should do this. Do.
Well, everyone's got ideas.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
This is one of my favorite things to do is, you should do this, and this. All right, that's great. Now you're assigned to do that. Have a nice time. Good luck.
Still tell me should go on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Daryl says, you could make it a mascot. Tumbly, the clumsy tumbler.
See Mike on QVC.
No. Done.
Now, one of my favorite things I used to do was someone would say, they should do this. You should do this. You do that. That's a great idea. Why don't you set it up and let me know how you make out, and then we'll go along with it.
Yeah.
Giving him all these ideas where he's just throwing them away.
It's not that I'm throwing them away. It's just, I don't know. I will say that we have really, really good success with tumblers out of the Griswold market. You know, so
I say the Griswold market is very.
It's very
small,
condensed.
So you have to go out
side
of the borders.
Right.
Yeah.
No. I get it. That's what I think. So I'm going to put this question out there before we leave.
Okay.
Is that one of the reasons why business doesn't come to town?
What's brought in the question? What do you mean?
It's not supported. Our businesses
by the
do the
people
residents
in town?
support the businesses enough that people will come here?
No.
Okay.
If
I
you're a
don't know.
small business, you have to think outside. You can be here
I
as a
know.
business, but you have to.
Then tell me.
Your customers have to come in from other places
Then
as well.
tell me. Yeah, then you'd have to actually promote it.
Well, you should promote any business. Yeah.
And they don't. There's not a lot of
That's
there's
bad
not a lot of
business.
promotion,
It's a bad
you know,
business
by
model.
businesses, and there's not.
It's a bad business model.
It's like, you know,
You have to promote your own business.
Everybody that I'm telling, I see it every day, and I'm sorry, this is not sour grapes, but I see it every day. Oh, I go on word of mouth. Okay,
It's only one way to market. Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah. You have to
You know.
market.
or I'll go on Facebook.
It's one way.
Yeah. Then you get somebody on Grizzled Now saying, "Hey, does the food suck at this place or what?" And then you get a whole bunch of that just trashes your business.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. That's why I don't look at it.
So
That's if somebody has a bad.
That's why I make up my own mind.
yeah, that's what I'm
But-
saying. Is it one of those things that why we have a hard time?
No.
Because all right, how many here? Perfect. I know. Go ahead. Go say what you're gonna say.
So I was like, businesses can come into town. You can bring all the businesses in the town. You have to still, even if you're a large, huge business, still promote your business. But you
Yeah.
have to be given a reason to come into town as well. And that is, you
Yes.
have a lot of major routes here. You have 395, Route 12, 130, all heavily traveled roads. But you can have to promote your business. It's not.
Brad just says how much outside business is coming to Jewett City.
I mean, outside businesses come in
Yeah, how many people are coming into Jewett City to do business?
a lot.
Okay, like who? What business is getting?
Well, you have businesses that come in to support these businesses. There's a lot of people that come in and sell goods to the businesses here. I mean, for instance, look at the businesses right here in front of us. Some of them have gone through generations of family members of running the business.
Are you talking about like the flower shop?
Well, that's one, and you have Dean.
Right, but you know what?
Charlene,
Even the
and all
owner
those.
of the flower shop told me, he goes, "Oh, you know what? I forgot. You got to promote yourself because what happens? Oh, the population turns itself over."
Well, that's what I mean. You
Right.
have to promote all the time, no matter what.
So I'd love to see him promote. Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah, you have. Everybody has to promote. It's,
But a lot of times I think, well, I'm the only dog in town, so
to
why?
promote, to promote? You mean? Or?
Yeah, why? I got no competition in town, so why do I need it?
Because, like you said, eventually
They're gonna go out of
they're going to
town.
go out of town.
And again, I'm not trying to crap on people. This is just
No,
business.
It's a business
Just
model.
business.
It's standard stuff. Yeah, it's
But Brad's right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do we have here in Jewett City and Griswold that people can't get elsewhere? Why do they need to come here?
Well,
And I think sometimes business people will look at that and say, okay, do I go here or do I go to Norwich or do I go to Plainfield?
it's people that live here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
people
I
But
mean,
that
the
drive
people
through.
that live here they're not buying a lot. They're not. Oh, I
They
want
buy
to.
food.
Where?
They
Okay,
eat.
takeout.
Everybody eats.
All right, but
I mean,
all right. Yeah, that's it.
A lot of people do takeout food. A lot of these diners now went to takeout food because people do not want to go out anymore. They're lazy and they want
Oh,
to just hit a
DoorDash
button
is-
and they DoorDash.
DoorDash is crazy.
A lot of these restaurants do that. They sell ghost kitchens and they take a lot of takeout food. And the Jewish City Savings Bank, for example, look at that. They've opened branches in other towns, but where's the
Yeah.
headquarters?
Right, but they also had to survive. They had to leave town.
Well, yeah, I mean, anybody
Well,
that
that's
wants
what
to,
I'm saying,
yeah,
is
anybody
that-
that, I mean, people have to understand if you want to grow, you have to actually go out of more than one spot. You got to grow. You got to.
Brad says, "How do we get people to eat who eat at La Stella to eat at Cranky's?" Well, Cranky's going to have to promote.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
all.
they're going to have
You
to.
can't
Pete's
promote.
Pals got to promote.
Yeah.
If you don't,
That's it. You got to.
you know, they go,
Yeah.
"I don't know why." You know,
Yeah.
How many times have we heard Paul? God, I want a bakery in town. Arimony's gone. We have no baked goods in Griswold. What happens?
I've heard a lot of reasons for that, though. That's
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
on the surface.
Yeah.
Guy comes in,
Mhm.
creates a bakery. Nobody supported it. It was gone in a year.
yeah.
It is no shun to Crankies. I think their food's awesome.
I mean, you have to, like you said, you got to look outside of the market as well. Just one town, you have to expand outside of. Doesn't mean you can't be here, but you have to also expand your clientele.
Look, I love this town, just like anybody else, But it's like people have to support the businesses here for them to survive. And Paul, how many times have I said it at freaking nauseum? Support local before there's no more local to support, and that's it. And it's like, all right, I hear it. I hear it all the time. Oh, why aren't you streaming that? You should be streaming that. Whatever. Well, and I give my reasons. Well, you should be streaming it. And then when it's not there, people want it. But there's a lot you can make the same argument with a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened to this restaurant? Oh my God, I love that restaurant.
Yeah. They have to make the money though.
Why didn't you support it when it was here?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. I think folks think we got to support your local business. You got to support your businesses in your backyard. You want your tax base to go down. Okay, well, support the people that are here, and then go ahead and hopefully that'll attract more people.
I laugh at that too. That's a whole other conversation. Taxes don't go down.
Yeah, but if you have businesses that
it won't go up as much.
Hold on, that have plenty of customers, and you have people that come to town that are looking to put a factory in. They say, "Well, this place is booming. Maybe this is a good place to land." Let me look. Are they? When you drive Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon, and there's not a car in sight on Main Street. See, nobody wants to talk about that. They all want to just shove their head in the sand. But really, where's the business then? You can't do business, 3 hours a day. You can't do business, between 9 and 11 in the morning, and then maybe 6 and 8 at night.
Well, it helps to be open. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But really, when there's nothing going on downtown, and then we're complaining about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But people have looked in town, so I mean, it's not like it's impossible.
Daryl says running a business doesn't work like Field of Dreams. Just because you aren't open isn't the only reason to come.
Right.
Isn't the only reason they come.
Yep.
I know, and I'm going to catch a lot of crap for this, but
no, yeah,
it's fine. But people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about why what's going awry. Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, when there's not a car in sight on Main Street. That's a problem.
Well, do they still have a downtown business association or anything like that? That's
was
active.
It was at once.
That's what I'm saying. Active.
I don't think it's active.
I mean, maybe they need to all get together and say, "Hey,
Kevin Merchant,
what's the problem?"
Tried to start a Jewett City Business Association.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was hardly any participation. Maybe 10 people. Maybe.
Well, that's all the businesses are, right? It's not a lot, right? Yeah.
But so what do we do? What do we do?
We got
nobody wants to
There's
participate.
ways to figure it out. You have to
That's
do
the
the
problem.
work. You have to do the work.
Nobody wants to participate. You can't force people to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Brad, spot on, because people would rather complain than find a solution.
Well, it's easier. Yeah,
it's easier.
You want someone else to figure it out for them. But businesses, I know it takes sweat, it takes work, and I think part of also is they have to also start looking, where am I going to bring the business in?
Yeah,
and not necessarily just think about Griswold. It's going to attract people.
You got to have a product or something that's going to say, "Oh, that was good," and you want people to come back.
I know a lot of these big companies, they say, "What's the traffic going through?" That makes a big part of these companies deciding
they're looking for
come in.
rooftops.
Yeah. So,
yeah. And that's why I said you got to promote from within. When that happens, if people come through and say, "Oh, this place is pumping, jamming, let's go."
Yeah.
Otherwise, people come in, they go, "Okay, if I drove here in the middle of a business day, and I wasn't here, and I'm looking to put a business somewhere, or I'm looking to expand somewhere, and I'm driving through town and there is nobody, I'm driving right through.
You know, you talked about steamed cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Why did you go to steamed cheeseburgers?
Because they're freaking delicious.
Exactly. So is there any products that people here can say, man, I want to go back? Have you visited a restaurant or something?
I
here?
love Crankies. I love their wings.
Yeah, I love all
Well,
of
see, I
them.
think Cranky's does have good food, but how many people know that? How many people really know that?
Yeah.
See, the thing about promoting your business is that it's attracting new customers while
And it's reasonable.
tending to your current client base.
Mhm.
Because if you don't reach new people, you're not growing and
I
you're
know.
going to die.
Mhm.
If you don't reach new customers, you're going to die. The business is going to die.
Yep.
Daryl, let me ask you a question from the Healthy Computer. Do you get new customers? And I already know the answer is yes.
Because he promotes.
Well, I think they probably get.
Well, for example, him and I have a little deal, right? Like, for example, like I'll say, Daryl, of course, then we'll go from the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City. You know how many times I go downtown, what I'm talking about? And they'll go next to the dog groomer.
That's the dog groomer's doing it.
Right. No, I know. But what I'm saying is that people, and just when you think nobody's listening, everybody's listening. So
Yeah.
they hear that.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Daryl came over and fixed my computer.
There you go.
So we have this thing. But the thing is that he's promoting.
Yeah.
He's letting people know who
Getting
he
the
is,
word
where he
out.
is.
Yeah.
He goes, yes, I promote to other towns, but make sure my home-based customers are happy.
Yeah.
If you don't promote, you're going to die.
True.
Yeah.
There's a business inside of the Slater Mall right now, which I think is unique and has a certain base of customer that could really expand. They don't promote. They're going to leave.
Yep.
And I hate to say this, but they won't last.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows they're there. And you have to be reminded. It's about repetition.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying if I'm driving through on a Tuesday and I'm not from town and I'm looking to put a business here and nothing's here, deuces, bitches. I'm out.
Yeah.
Now we got to figure out how do we change that? You got to change it from within. If you don't,
So I'm saying you
Gonna
gotta
crumble.
have like a little downtown business association.
and then you got all the old money that are sitting back going, well, I'll do that. Well, that shit don't work anymore.
No.
That did in 1982.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
So
You got a new breed and new ideas.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, got to have a product to make me come back.
Boom.
There's no product, you ain't coming back. Simple as that.
And here's the other thing: price doesn't mean anything. Service is everything.
Service is important. How you treat people.
Yeah,
That's very important.
that's everything right there.
Yeah. And if
Price doesn't matter.
And if somebody has an issue, fix it.
Yeah.
And make them feel comfortable that you fixed it. I mean, I stopped in a restaurant a couple of weeks ago and I wasn't in town. I was out of town and the food was horrible. And I said and my wife didn't eat it. And the person said, was that not good? I said, no. She said, okay. Took it right off the bill.
No.
I mean, no questions asked, off the bill.
Nice.
And that made her happy because she didn't have to pay for it because she didn't eat it anyway.
And
But that's what you got to
Yeah.
do.
I know of local businesses that if you go on Griswold now and bitch, guess what? You ain't getting nothing. But if you go to that business owner or manager and say, hey, look, I have a problem with this, they will bend over freaking backwards, to make sure that you are happy for however they do it, whatever it is, replacing something, giving you a discount, whatever. They'll do that. But you have to give them that chance.
Yeah. Put the effort in. Yeah.
I saw a lady one time on Griswold now complaining about a local cellular provider, the store, and just talking bam, 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 smacking them around. It was just probably the worst onslaught I'd ever seen. And I knew this person. I'm thinking, they're in business for themselves. So I texted her and I said, wait a minute. So let me ask you a question. I said, would you want somebody to put something that public about your business? Or I said, would you rather them come to you?
Yeah.
That's how social media sucks.
Yeah.
Because, if you're trying to hurt somebody, then, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Amazon. If you're not happy with their product,
Brad just says it.
right back.
Yeah.
It credited like day after you send it back. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why,
they can track it.
yeah, and that's why people go to Amazon to buy stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Well, for example, and this is stupid, but like I had a guy, one of the guys that bought a tumbler from me on TikTok, right? I sent it to Maryland, where he lives. Well, I sent the wrong tumbler, right? And then his tumbler, I sent to Texas.
Oops.
So they should have gone flip-flop, right? What do you think I did?
Send them both a new one.
Well, first of all, the lady in Texas, who's sweet as can be, right, says, can I swap it out? And I went, well, yeah, if you want to. She goes, all right, I'll send it back. And I'm like, what? And I said, all right. And I'll just send, well, she sent it back.
Oh, wow.
And I'll send her the other one.
Wow.
But the guy in Texas, in Maryland, was a little bit different. He said, well, what do you want me to do with this? Because I'm not going to send it back. I'm not going to spend $8 in shipping to send it back. I just said, just keep it.
Yeah.
I'll send you the. Yeah, I did.
There you go.
So my friend, well, she's now my friend, Kim, in Texas. I'm going to actually, because if you're listening, Kim, you're going to get a bonus too. So just because you got to take care of your customers because you want them to come back.
Right.
You want them to come back. If they don't come back, then your customer base diminishes. And then what? You're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
Take care of
places don't want you to ship it back. Keep it.
Oops.
One ringy dingy.
Wireless caller.
They want you to keep it. They want you to keep it.
Yeah.
Don't bother shipping it back
Well,
because
it's
it costs
cheaper.
them more. Yeah.
The cost to
We
ship
don't.
something.
We don't want people.
Yeah.
We don't want any businesses to close up, but we want to have them flourish and to survive. And if you're not flourishing and surviving, then you need to listen to other people and swallow your pride and listen to your customers talk.
And that's the toughest thing right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know of any business in town other than the banks because the banks do promote themselves.
Sure, they do. Well, they're very community orientated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
It's a different type of promotion. So
yeah, but I don't know of any business in town that I can say they really excite me. You know,
Well,
anything they go there, I'm not excited about. There's nothing there. Think
and
about it.
that is fair.
Mhm.
That is
I mean,
very fair to say.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
anyway, oh Jesus, we are really late
No,
because
It
I
happens.
don't obviously I don't shut up. So so anyway, all right, Rich, thank you very much.
hey, my pleasure.
Paul, thank you very much.
Yep.
Giddy up.
I was waiting for it. But
you get to go vote.
yeah, all in all, please, guys, go out. If you're a Republican,
Cast your vote or don't bitch. That's what I say.
We need to get this votes up to 300 so we can win.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, Leona, if you're still listening, if it's over 318 votes, I'm buying you lunch. So
There you
just
go.
so you know, okay? Just because.
Wait a minute, I said 300 too.
Yeah, I think
I didn't say 318.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What
People
does that
affiliated
mean?
with the radio station are not available for
figures.
for contests.
There you go.
So-
What does a business have? What does a business have? None.
Where's the promotion?
Well, we got to get Paul excited about something, don't we? Brad says 401. All right. If it's over 401, you get lunch too.
Wow.
No, I didn't hear him.
That's
say-
it. I'm done. I'm done.
I didn't
I'm
get
done.
lunch
That's it.
too.
I made 2 offers. We're done.
Wow.
Yeah.
My God.
I didn't get no free lunch.
Brad says over. All right, that's the deal. Over 400, I'll come on the show.
He's like
There you go.
he's like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And I
Right?
said,
Huh? Jimmy Fallon features people, right? Yeah.
"Are you come on the show and I'll buy you lunch if it's over 400."
Ooh.
So anyway, yeah, get out and vote, please. And just like Rich said, if you don't vote,
You don't bitch.
don't bitch about it. It's straight up. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for being here on SNSN, and we will see you tomorrow. And don't forget, tonight,